You might
Yep.
end up hearing my fire alarm beeping because for some reason it decides to run out of battery right now. So just want to give you guys a heads up. And I live on the third floor of apartments and there's vaulted ceilings and I can't get to a ladder right now. So
Well, shit.
And that's where I'd be getting a bow and arrow. Just, what? Nope.
Laundry
my
basket or
fiance
something.
won't my
Smash that
fiance won't
shit
let me
off
have
you.
weapons in the house.
Is
Mm.
this where I tell you that I have a smoke detector in a Ziploc bag because it kept going off in my basement for no reason?
We have one that's ripped down off the ceiling. So
I took it
I
down, I
understand.
changed the batteries, I put it back up. I don't know, it's something about the air quality downstairs and how sensitive they are nowadays.
Like carbon monoxide or something. Like,
No, it's not even carbon monoxide, it's just fire. Are you kidding? I don't
You
have a
might not.
carbon monoxide detector. If I'm gonna go, that's the way I want to go. Quiet and in my sleep.
We have this
Trip and
stupid,
fall in the
weird
morning and
square
don't wake up.
plug-in fire alarm, and it just goes off all the time for no reason. We got rid of it.
I get annoyed when I cook with cast iron in the house nowadays because I was always well. There's certain things that I like cooking on like a higher temperature, like I like searing my steak and stuff, and it automatically sets off the smoke detectors nowadays.
yeah, it does. All right, let's do this shit.
Let's rock and roll.
Catching people up here. I guess I'll go. You guys left Nestled Nook after your little endeavor there. You left behind a sort of strange contraption that you had found and uncovered. You gathered a bunch of the fallen soldiers' attires and gears and brought them back inside and sealed off the chamber before you left, sort of allowing yourselves to keep it as like a storage place for at least the time being before you continued on onto the road near and heading towards Kresh. You avoided an encounter along the path when you seen some sort of vine-like scarab beetle creature that was picking apart a tree or trying to get at something within a stump or something like that. But with Altair's use of Pass Without a Trace, you were able to bypass that situation and sneak by, even with the ox rolling better than some people in themselves in that moment. But it not rolling high enough to notice, you guys slipped by and got into the sort of heavily overgrown area, which is now the surrounding area of Kresh. You passed by a wooden palisade on the outside that had a small militia of soldiers set up at it, and they were excited for your approach because it seems like they were waiting for reinforcements or the ability to be led away from this place. But alas, you guys were just sort of popping in, and they quickly put it together that you were not part of said troop to come to the rescue, and to much people's disappointment, but still enough to be like, hey, oh, obviously welcome, come on in, but it's dangerous out here. We're all looking to get the fuck out of here. Through some endeavors in town, you met with the mayor, shared a bit of conversation with them before splitting up and finding your way across different parts of the town. Bjorn fallen for the local blacksmith, her given eyes back, Altair and Barney sort of prowling around and finding some civilians, I believe, squaring up with Richard and Helen, along with Mumbleman, before Mumbleman is getting a haircut from a generous older woman in town. Uh, Time went by, Mumbleman lost in conversation. The three of you guys, Bjorn, Barney, and Altair, gathered up to try and at least find who you were originally looking for here, and had found said person speaking with the mayor before they retired to their chambers. And I believe you guys were heading over in that direction, but were stuck with whether or not you needed to go try and find Mumbleman again before you went and spoke with Ruben. And that's where I believe we left off.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to throw one thing out there. Bjorn
Yes.
doesn't really know what's going on with the blacksmith lady. He's never been involved like that, so he's just being like really nice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's not
Okay.
really sure because you figure he's always been alone since his
I see.
mom's passed, and no one's been around him to show him, you know.
The ropes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Never
he's
has
just
the
like,
talk.
Yeah.
He's 38 years old. Kiss the girl, like
40-year-old virgin.
yeah, something like that. But but with whatever happens there was definitely some sort of mutual interest shown between the two of you. She did invite you to come back later if you so wanted to, but she also made a request that she would fix her half plate up to get it to size if you promised to get her out of the town.
Yes.
And that was also another thing that I overlooked, but that was that. So yeah, we'll pick up with that. You guys had left off outside the supposed Rubens residence, but you were having that moment of like whether or not you should go gather Mumbleman or not. That's up to you.
Well, we also said something about taking all the townsfolk back
Right.
with us.
Mhm.
Right. Yes, that's true. Also, I do remember this. I just left that out. But yeah, you did speak with the mayor about potentially offering aid to get everyone out of here because it looks like they're all pretty desperate to try and leave. So, but you were unsure with what Ruben had planned for you guys. You were about to speak with him. The day is yours.
Should we try?
Where,
I think we should wait to talk to Ruben until we figure out where Mumbleman is.
where is the little guy?
I
Mm,
don't know. I didn't see him go anywhere.
I think he was
Might
flirting
be
with an old
little
lady, and
sneaky.
then they left.
Well, I guess he has been alone for a while. He's probably missing some sort of physical something, whatever he does.
But I would imagine. It's been almost a week. I'm dying.
This is where Barney starts looking for a brothel.
Oh Lord. Um. So no one knows where he went at all. Like we saw him walk off.
Don't think so.
No, I think they said it was the house behind the trees over there. They wanted us to come for dinner, I think she yelled. She told us before Mumbleman went over and started flirting with her.
Oh my. It's hard to imagine that old man flirting.
He must be trying out some new salve he brewed up.
I don't
Mhm.
trust him
He's-
with that.
It's an
know,
ointment.
You
It's
drink
not
it.
a salve.
It needs applied. It's not a drinking one.
That's my
with
problem.
the way he's looking, he's probably pulling the broken puppy. It's an age-old classic, really.
Oh yes, there was a lot
Puppy.
of
What's a broken
fire.
puppy?
I forgot that. I
Oh no,
left that part out.
because his hair was all fucked up because we burned
Yeah,
him. So-
there was some thievery and some fire play in the place before you left.
Like I guess we can just head down that way and see if we can find him.
What time is it?
It's about midday at this point. You had traveled for probably about 4 or 5 hours from Nestled Nook in the morning. So you're pushing that midday point, although it is still slightly overcast this way. It doesn't have a lot of sun shining through, anything like that.
Oh,
Mumbleman,
he's
you're
been out.
inside this house with. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I can do this when we come back to us.
Okay. Mumbleman, you're inside this house with this woman who has finished cutting your hair at this point, but you are just in the midst of sharing conversation. I believe you had aided her with some mending spells on some clothing and some furniture and things like that, which
And worked
has.
my way into the bedroom. Yes.
Oh wow. Um, I
That's
wasn't
like
aware that it was going that far. I'm going to show you the best 45 minutes of your life.
2 seconds later.
Pops out her teeth, and you guys head to the bedroom. But no, through a bit of shared story, you've probably been in there about an hour, I'd say, after all this,
Yeah,
helping her, getting her haircut.
completely enraptured in the conversation and just the mundane day-to-day of it, because I haven't had that in so long.
Yeah, also like the speaking with someone a little bit more, I'm not gonna say your age, because that's definitely not the case, but being an older human woman is sort of like being similar to a, several 100-year-old elf.
Similar life
So,
experiences, similar complaints, grunts and groans, and aches and pains.
yeah.
More of the grunts and groans, though.
But you've moved into a point now where you're sort of overlooking through like the front window of the house where you can see like the pier and like all the supplies that they have loaded up in front. But conversation ensues as everyone's still you're locked in, I guess. What was Barney saying?
Barney's gonna be like, "Wow, he's been out there like what, a few hundred years? I'm sure it's done by now. Let's head over."
Bjorn scratches his head. What? Done with
As we're
what?
walking over this way, Barney's just gonna go, "It's one of these houses over in the middle here." And I point in this like whole direction over here.
I'm
You
gonna.
sort of move to this point, and you can see through the front gate some of the soldiers have moved into formation. And outside, you can see that they've piled up a number of corpses in that time frame and have, started to burn the dead, I guess you can say. Something you just sort of notice in passing. But Barney seems fairly confident to know where they seem to have gone at this point.
I'm like, "It's yeah, one of these
Yeah.
houses here. Maybe we just like knock on all the doors, or maybe we yell for them."
Yeah. Were y'all on the front side when he disappeared, or the back side?
Backside.
Well, let's head down that way and we'll knock on a couple houses.
You branch around the corner, you can see some of the people have sort of dwindled off from the numbers, fishing and things like that, and they sort of go about their business. Some of the carts have been moved in more forward positions, which kind of leaves everyone sort of, I'm not going to say jobless, but at least taskless in the moment. You sort of walk up towards this house, Bjorn, your large lumbering form. You can see that there's like a teenaged boy or something sort of hanging out one of the windows from the inside, and he sort of sees your approach, like sort of like surprised, and sort of pulls back inside and goes over to the door, which is kind of already half ajar. Because you can see other people over by the dock, and he sort of walks out. And he's just kind of like staring at you in your armor with your bow and stuff. And he's,
You boy. Have you seen a small man? Likes to seem like he rambles to himself a lot.
no,
Really,
I
really
I
old.
see a huge man, and he points to you. Like, no, I haven't seen an old man.
Okay, thank you.
Huh? Kind of sits there and watches you walk away. And Mumble Man, you're sitting in this front window looking out. You can see Bjorn walk by, sort of looks up towards the house and starts walking up the pathway towards it.
Oh, it's time for me to go, I think, dear.
Okay, well, I thank you so much for everything you've done. It was a very great help. I appreciate it.
Bjorn, how
Roll
goes
for
it?
roll for performance. uh,
Oh, no. At least she did.
uh, we're coming to find you. We are going. We need to talk to you. The whole group. Let's go in and try to figure out what's going on with
Take care now, Sonny. Have a good one. Kind of waves to you, Bjorn, and
You've already made it a great day, dear. One to remember.
You see her sort of like smile a bit and then close the door and go inside.
As soon
And
as
you
the
have
door
found Mumbleman.
closes, Mumbleman starts to whistle. Jaunty
Does
little
he have a
tune.
glow about him?
I found the little man. Came out of that lady's house.
A fine lady she is, too.
I see you two must have had some good conversations.
Yes, it was quite exhilarating, it was. The Mumbleman cracks a smile. A gentleman never tells, though.
Tells what?
Oh, nothing.
Well, Barney, here's the man that mumbles.
Uh,
Did you like the haircut? I think she did an excellent job.
does it look better? Better than
Well, of
pork?
course it looks better. Women
Well, she
always
could
do a
be
better job of
blind.
that stuff than
You
you
look a
guys
little
do.
less fucked up.
She could have been blind.
Oh, trust me, she wasn't blind.
You look a little bit fucked up. Yeah, like,
Lost in the air. Just
Oh, we found the guy's place. We thought you might want to go talk to
yeah,
him with us.
Which guy?
Ruben.
Oh, the one that the Seeker has us, looking for to help out or do whatever.
Yeah, the librarian's
Yes.
man.
Yes. We can go up there and see what he's doing in his home.
Well,
Talk
lead
to him and see if he.
the way.
Right this way.
We go different directions.
Bjorn doesn't know the other way.
I go the long way. We meet up here. And I'm just like, oh, thought you were behind me.
it's at this point you realize you different directions.
Where's Barney?
You might
I
be
don't
with
move.
the,
Just assume I'm with people. Sorry.
you might be with the old lady.
Here's some good things.
It's his turn.
Oh dear.
So, who's knocking?
You see a rather simple abode.
I'll knock.
Okay.
I knock.
Go to knock. Hear the come in. The door is unlocked.
Okay, I come in.
You come in. Okay. Walking in, you see this decent sized study around you. You see objects strewn about, somewhat orderly, as that makes sense. There's a lot of alchemical alembics. Hotel set up in here seems to be concocting some form of liquids. You see notes and books that are open that are covering tables and desks. There's not really much room for anything else. You see resting on a table on the opposite side of the room is this large metal contraption on a workbench. It's cylindrical in shape. It's about 4 feet long. He's standing there, what you presume is Reuben, with his head turned, but his body isn't. It's a tiefling man, has this sort of bluish black long hair, slightly unkept, sort of covering part of his face. He's wearing very similar robes to what Mumbleman's now wearing, that black robes with the white trim, flouncey material. Has some patches and extra trim maybe to indicate rank or something like that. You're not sure. He is cloven hooved and has some side pouches and trinkets like earrings and necklaces and stuff on. But then he fully turns to greet you all now with this sort of quirky smile. He goes, hello there. I seen you folks earlier speaking with the mayor. Come for information. How may I assist you, traveler?
You're a Reuben, correct?
Ah, that's correct. I'm Proctor Rubin. Hello. He sort of walks over, like, open hand to sort of, like, greet everyone. Like, hello, hello.
I shake his hand.
Who may I be speaking with today? Greeting.
Hello, Barney.
Barney, hello, hello.
I'm Bjorn.
Bjorn, greetings, greetings. Oh,
I'm Altair.
Terry, you look illustrious with that scale growth. I've seen similar things before. Oh, careful over there. Excuse me.
Oh, hey,
Got some,
this is fascinating.
yeah, I got some potential, some experiments on the go over here. You don't mind your
Oh,
hands to yourself,
I
please. Hey,
promise I will not touch nothing.
Don't trust
but
him.
anyway,
Sorry about
sorry.
him. His head's in the clouds a little bit right now.
Great with the introduction, but what can I help you with today?
The Seekers? Or the Library?
I,
Librarians?
I know of the Seekers, yes. An illustrious guild out of Beauville.
We,
Yes, we were over there and they mentioned you had a run-in with this strange hooded creature.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's a bit forward and not what I was expecting to hear initially. Of course, yes, I have had a run-in with what I refer to as the messenger. Um, Especially it was up in Lusair at the time. I've moved since down from there, from here. Yes, I have encountered this said hooded individual that you speak of.
We've had an
How?
encounter too in the town itself.
Oh my God, really? Yes. Fascinating news. Whereabouts have you encountered this individual? Shall we share notes?
I'm trying to remember. It's been a little bit.
it was in Beauvais.
Thank you.
City? Oh, why would
It
it
was
be?
in the city of Bavier. It
Because he might
appeared and
be this
made
chain.
some.
The Seeker Valeria was there. She saw him too.
Oh, you spoke with Seeker Valeria, and she was part
Yes.
of this encounter as well.
Yes, she's the one that suggested we come.
Oh, oh my God! Oh, this is wonderful. It's amazing, fantastic. It's brilliant. I'm so elated to know that Valeria found some people may be interested in helping me out. If that's what she was talking. It's been some time since I sent out that request, I must say, and I'm grateful for you all to sort of come here. But again, hooded individual, it's a bit of a concerning bit of news because usually destruction follows wherever they happen to pop up. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but the problem at hand, fortunately, is taken a bit of the worst, turn for the worst. The Queen and her minions have really been putting it to the guards around here for the last 48 hours. Really made sights seen, which, in turn has really taken me away from studies. What can you do? Am I right?
There was
Anyway,
definitely a. It's almost like after he came and left, there was a surge of those husk creatures and from the roots, and
I see. I
we
see.
helped the guards kill many of them and
I see.
saved
I
as
can.
many as we could, but it was definitely a fight.
I've experienced the same. This hooded figure had came to Lusair. Destruction sort of followed. Guards fend them off. I found the environment a bit too hostile for my studies after that. Treated south. In turn, I did leave a lot of my personal belongings there, sort of dying to get them back. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But it's fascinating to meet other people who have had similar encounters with such an entity. One of the things I've actually been researching up until late, along with a lot of the progression of the roots vines that grow from the queen, how much distance they've been traveling in a short period of time.
Maybe this will interest you. We've come across some goblins in the wild, and they didn't know we were there, and they were actually, you could say, harvesting the milk, the sap from the roots and drinking it and almost getting euphoric, you could say.
It's a really
They were-
dangerous practice, actually. I wouldn't recommend anything. But ingesting anything from the queen's roots can yield some very bad results.
What have you heard of the roots bringing somebody back to life?
I can't say that I myself, and he's sort of like pyramiding his fingers as he's talking to you, walking back and forth. I haven't had any encounters of revivification from any of that source, although I've seen it grant different boons, but a lot more detriment than normal. Can't say again that I've seen anyone, quote unquote, come back to life from ingesting said milk from the queen.
This. Does the name Freya mean anything to you?
Freya, I can't. I've run into a lot of people in my travels the last couple of weeks, especially here. I can't say the name Freya rings a bell to me. Sorry. You
I
see him like
just
sort of
asked.
like walk over and he like kind of scribes some things down a bit. He's like,
I asked this because I have been searching for the years for my mother, Freya. I have recently come to learn that she may have been out this way.
with the
So,
name in mind, now that I've known and heard it, I'll keep my ears open. But again, I'm sorry that I haven't heard of her before now.
oh no, it is fine. It is fine. But any information you do hear across, I will greatly appreciate.
Sounds wonderful, and I can definitely do that. I will oblige. Wow. But obviously, I'll have to hear it first.
Do you want your? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what?
Pretty sure he's probably talking
I
to his
think
kid.
he was talking to someone else.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, sir.
Oh, I'm me.
Are you? Okay, well, greetings. Proctor
Yeah,
Rubens.
yeah. No, I'm just a practitioner of the scientific arts. That's why I find your experiments over here so fascinating.
Or are you you a proctor within Doctorum as well? Tell by
No,
your robes, at least of
no.
illustrious standing.
I'm self-taught, self-learned. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, so you're an initiate then. Usually those robes are reserved for the more illustrious trained, but
Oh,
unless of course you just want to not release who you are, and I am traveling
no.
incognito, but
I acquired these from an unfortunate soul who no longer needed them.
do you remember their name by
Um, he never got a chance to tell us his name as he was already dead, but I'm pretty sure, going by the journals that were left around, that hang on a second here. Uh, he might have been Proctor Alwyn.
Oh, Alwyn, yes. I guess he's met his demise then, judging by you wearing his clothing and all.
Well, it's not as good as his cape, and I point over to the man wearing the cape, expecting fully for it to flap in the non-existent breeze.
He starts
It
to like
bellows.
can see a little bit of Arcana flash, begins to like ready a spell, and he's really skeptical looking towards you now. He's like, "You're not implying that you were the one to take down Proctor Alwyn yourselves."
Oh no! As I said, he was already dead when we got there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he did make some fascinating advancements in some fire magic. Which again,
Okay.
that guy over there with the cape has. I think he created some sort of like an ever burning torch.
Oh, okay. A basic enchantment then is what you're saying. Okay, I see. Yes, that is
Yeah,
the yeah. That would be.
he was trapped in a location that he couldn't leave, but we managed to get in and extricate ourselves. But unfortunately, we ran across his corpse, and I needed
Well,
a cloak at the time, and so I, being that it was better than what I had, and I could use it. I acquired it, but here you can have it. And Mumbleman takes it off and drapes
I
it
wasn't.
over a table.
I mean, I wasn't implying the return of such an item, but I can return it to the Doctorum, of course. I'm sorry that you had to encounter him in such a fashion, but there was quite a number of us proctors that either went missing or were killed by the Queen after we began our studies, and spreading out across the lands to do our research has become quite detrimental for a lot of us.
Well,
I
I'm
can
I'm
see that
I'm
the
curious.
information will be sent back to the college for sure.
I'm curious. You called that individual a messenger. What message did he give you, or did you get from
Oh,
him?
the robed figure. Yes, I refer to him as the messenger. Wherever he seems to show up, he seems to bring some sort of news or warning or something, or make an attack on that, which I believe has ties to with whatever the Queen is really having planned for her quote unquote master plan. I guess you can say she seems to be searching for something lost. I'm not sure if you're familiar with how a lot of going lately. I have recently come to believe that the tree is lashing out because something was taken from her, and she is pretty much making the rest of humanity pay for the mistakes of a few select from the days past.
Well, that's the impression the entity that we saw gave. He said something about the harbingers of the Queen have come to enact retribution because something was stolen from her, and that Terria will suffer until it's returned.
I mean, that sounds very similar to some of the texts and documents that I've read, yes, but what is this individual you speak of who told you this information?
It's the hooded individual, the one you call the messenger, unless it's
Oh,
another being
oh
of
really?
similar.
Okay, he's never gone into that much detail. Let me write this down, please. God damn, this needs to
He
get out of the way.
was like
It,
seemed like he was getting ready to get some arcana set up. Would Bjorn have noticed that
Sorry, say that again?
when you said he was like preparing arcana, like he was about to try to cast magic?
Yes.
Would Bjorn have noticed?
Oh yeah, everyone would have noticed. He backed up a bit when he was revealed, like, oh, he got all this stuff from a guy that we found dead, and he sort of looked a bit skeptical, like he was like, wait a second, like, did
Okay.
you kill them? Like, like it was.
I was trying not to interrupt, but I was gonna say that Bjorn noticed and kind of gripped his bow, and lightning kind of like crackled from his eyes a little bit
Okay. Yeah,
when he saw him like ready up.
the tension was very quickly broken with the X, and he rolled pretty low, so it wasn't
Oh,
much further than that. The spell was led, but that moment of realization, he was pretty hyper focused on Mumbleman at the time. In the midst of him trying to write this down, though, he does grab this telescope looking device with these four quad lenses on the front of it and moves it across the way into the wall, and then uses this open table space to start scribing some of the things that you had said that this messenger, quote unquote, had said. He seems very intrigued by that.
my
Um,
I'm kind of oblivious to what he's doing because I'm still staring at his experiments, trying to figure out what he's doing and this
okay.
contraption. I'm just
Um,
talking. Well,
it is quite the elaborate setup of alchemical supplies. There's a number of different things set up in vials that are created. And the more you scan around the room, you start to see other supplies and things and contraptions and
and
above.
that's why you saw Mumble Man going around the room and stuff. Is he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just looking
He
too.
caught you pretty quick. You doing? Be careful of it. But yes, he's also a bit overwhelmed with the space and the arrival of strangers coming in here, shedding forth more information for him, and he seems a bit excited, and is a
oh,
bit of an eccentric character to begin with.
when when they were telling him this about, or when was saying the stuff to him about it before he was gonna write it down, or I guess after while he's writing it down, Barney would be like, and my god came and talked to me last night, and he kind of said the same thing.
Oh, are you a devout and pious individual? Maybe under the Emerald Veil, or perhaps the something of that sort.
A little more niche. You ever heard of Yannix?
Ah, the moon. Yes, of course.
Hmm.
Your deity is the
Apparently,
moon.
yeah, and apparently the mother is his sister. The queen is his sister.
Yeah, there's that. Well, I mean, if we're going to get into sort of this theological discussion here, of course, we can break things down into that matter. There's three lesser deities created from the three prime deities, of course.
This is where
Yeah,
Mumble
one of
Man
them.
yawns really loudly.
I was just gonna say that he was telling. He mentioned that something was actually stolen from her. He said that.
Yes, it's a bit more intense than that. Not as easily returnable, one could say. At least from my understanding, because I don't know if I need to preface this with a little bit of my things, but essentially, I've been investigating, documenting my findings in relation to Queen, obviously, but I've also been helming some gathering parties when I was stationed in Lusair to go over to Port Oswa up until about a month ago. I also provide a lot of research aid by arcane enchantment and things like that for a lot of the guards and another small group of druids to the north. Uh, this place, again, obviously wasn't my original place of study. It was Lusair before this threat level got too high. What was I saying? Sorry, what was your question? Oh, the deities. Correct. Thank you. A lot
I
of
was
the
just I
tomes,
was just throwing in the information I had.
yeah, a lot of the tomes that I had gathered from one successful run to Port Oswa was really revealing with a lot of the previous history and ideology of what is known as Rome. Three prime deities sort of giving life to three lesser deities, which was known as Yonix, Melora, Thorn.
Excuse me.
Yes, it's if that makes any sense. Deities give birth to other sub-deities, which is us in the creation of the world.
Did you say Thorn?
Yes, Thorn. It's sort of like the god of like rain and lightning. It's yeah,
At that point,
powerful
my
individual.
eyes just start going, and lightning kind of like arcs out of them. Like I
I
grip
see
my
another,
bow really hard.
and he looks towards Barney, and then looks back towards you, Barney. I can see it looks like there's traveling amongst another paladin, another piously devout that worships under Thorn. Astounding.
No, I would not ever worship my father.
Father
Yes.
starts writing.
Pulls out a gun, shoots him. Oh.
Well,
Say
make a
that
new character.
Thorn is your father. Concept I've never quite heard of.
Yes, my mother found him, helped him, traveled with him, cheated on
Brother
my man
Freya.
I thought. Yes, cheated on the man that I thought was my father with him and had me. I did not learn of this until after I thought she was dead. The visions I have had linked to my father, I guess, were suppressed by him at some point, and I'm getting stronger, so now they're coming. I remember her falling from the cliff, landing, dying, and then it was having some that white milk absorbed into her, and she stood back up. And then the one you call the messenger came out, and he killed her. And as he left, she stood again and walked off. But I'm not sure if that's my mother anymore or something else. Hence why I search for my father to get answers, or even my mother, if she's still there, to get answers from her. But
Ah,
Thorn's just been dangling this in front of me, challenging me in his little trials, he called.
I I'm not familiar with that at all, and I can't say that that sounds anything less than tragic. But that sounds tragic as fuck. A lot. Sorry that you have to go through the trials and tribulations of trying to fix some sort of parental issue before getting any information pertaining to the relevance of your mother, her well-being. As far as the milk bringing someone back to life again, I'm not sure I've ever seen that or heard of it until now.
He's like,
And
this got deep a lot faster than I thought.
At this point, Bjorn starts walking over because he sees alcohol. This always helps Barney. He reaches over and just grabs a bottle and boop, tips it up.
just not the things along the top ropes. Thanks, those are reserved for more special breaks I like to celebrate upon. Anything on the lower racks apps they have at is homemade wine.
Yeah, he grabbed one of the bottles from the lower rack
Okay. Yes, thank you, I appreciate it.
and he chugs the whole bottle in like 3 gulps, which, given his stature, probably isn't a whole lot.
No, not much yet, but it definitely has a bit of burn, especially since you're not so drinking so much.
Yeah.
But he's like, again, I'm sorry for that. I don't know. I've been sort of information dumped here a little bit with newfound faces that I'm not entirely familiar with. All this information that you're spilling upon me, I will absorb, try my best to put to paper. And if I hear of anything related to this, Bjorn, I will definitely pass any of that on to you. But again, I'm slightly curious about, you said that your god is Yonix. That means that, are you a recent devotee, or is that something that is packed into your bloodline? Because from what I've read in ancient texts, there's not a lot of people who worship Yonix left after, especially the night of the culling, what they call it. An incident where a lot of the Yonix worshippers wiped out by a lot of the other sects of worship. Was quite a night to be had, if I could say so myself.
Oh, that's the second time I've heard about that, actually. But no, I was just drinking one night. Some stuff was going on, and then he's like, "Oh, you can, you can, you can help me out, more or less." And here we are.
I see.
I'm
I
stuck
didn't
helping him out.
realize that there would be direct communion with Yonix themselves. Fascinating. I know there's a specific group of druids in the north that commune with stars, deities, such like that, whether it be Sol or Yonix, depending on the cycle and time of the year. Use these lenses, some of them which I've been able to repair and help them with. Here, and he points to some of the wall. It's like these are used to sort of utilize, and they sort of monitor the stars. It's kind of a fascinating thing. In fact, you look kind of much like what they would be dressed in, similar attire with loins, and a lot of them happen to be dragonborn itself. Coincidental. This one doesn't talk very much.
Sorry, my
That's okay.
um.
Are you
Can you
familiar with
repeat
the
that part?
crystalline circle?
Yes. Sorry, I am a part of the crystalline circle.
Oh my God, that's fantastic news! I have quite the close relations with a couple members from the node in the north from here.
Who would those be?
Do you know of a Naka Rin? One
Uh,
of one of the initiates from what's known as the Archer node. Their seer is Vega current. Do you know of a Vega?
I would I would
You would
know
know
of a
Vega.
Vega.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You know all the primes at each of the nodes, but as far as initiates and some of the members, you're
Yes.
not familiar with. But
Mm-hmm.
well, then that means indeed that you have one. What node is it that you traverse from?
Dragon.
Oh, the prime node. God, must mean that you're an illustrious and a studious individual.
Very much so.
Wow, fast. Maybe at a time that less threatening error had, we could sit down and share notes,
Yeah.
expand both of our repertoires of knowledge. Again,
I would be
fascinating.
down for that.
I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but I came to know some of the members of the Archer, again, located in the north. Originally met them when we finished setting up in Lusair years ago. They came to an interest in lone dragonborn girl, much like yourself, but green in scale. And then I eventually met their seer, Vega. Uh, our budded interest in the local crystal growth and vine progression really opened the door for them, and that led me in aiding them in repairing some of their arcane devices were quite dated at the time. They were quite hesitant to allow me into their circle, I guess you could say, to aid them in this repair. But they use these things to monitor the stars, constellation. But I'm sure I don't have to lecture you on that. But yeah, no, sorry. I actually have one of their major lenses here that I had to re-enchant. Recently lost one of their shamans from old age. I'm unsure with what they're doing in that regard. I'm happy to help them. I've been able to sort of exchange information and all the other fascinating things like that, or at least foresight on current event. Nakarin was supposed to return for them. She hasn't come around, probably waiting for to die down from the local area. I'm also looking to ship out of here too eventually. I was hoping that she'd come to gather this before I left. This device over here, it's actually one of the contraptions that they had in your quad lens telescope. Really magnifies your sight into the astral sea. But again, that's for her when she returns. I guess I'll get to the bottom line point. You guys all here on word of Seeker Valeria. I guess she maybe mentioned that I was seeking assistance.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
But she asked us to kind of keep it on the down low.
Okay. Well, that must be a her thing. I don't know what she means by that, but okay. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm seeking assistance from an excursionist that can make a run to Lusair to gather up all the rest of my alchemical setup and my books, my chest, and bring it all back to me. And once you get back, to lead myself to Beauvais for all of this to sort of run its course, and I need to report. Finding the area rather unsafe. But I know that Mayor Tagar made a plea with the ballast, but they haven't come through for us. So I'm sort of looking to return and eventually head back to the Doctorum. Is that something that interests?
I believe it does, but we're planning on helping everyone get out of this town first.
Okay.
To a
We
safer
don't. The
area.
Ballastiers don't. Probably aren't coming.
Yeah.
I've kind of put that together. It's been weeks since that request was put out and they haven't come here. The guards have been able to hold their own fairly well, although they do fight night and day.
How long would the trip to retrieve your belongings take?
Lusair on foot is about a couple of hours north, so it's not super far. The area has grown quite treacherous in the last few days. I've been sort of keeping it as a return point until I've been hearing recent events, especially from one of the scouts that was here earlier, that the attacks also have been taking place there just as much as they have been here. All getting a bit worried about making our way back home.
I mean, everyone will need time to gather their stuff here. It's pushing it, but we might be able to say like the day after next is when we leave that morning, this town, and we go
Well,
up
I mean,
there while they collect stuff.
there's that.
Good
I mean,
idea.
It seems
it's
reasonable.
completely up to you whether or not you want to help. Again, it's a couple hours travel on foot. It's quicker by horse, but I just don't believe we have that kind of resources available.
We have a horse and buggy. Or
Okay,
not
well,
buggy.
I wouldn't manually make you carry all my belongings like that. I'd be able to provide you with a mode of containing all of my objects within something for the time being. And he holds up a bit of a scroll that he pulls from a table. So this here spell scroll can grant you the ease and space for carrying all of my belongings. What you need to do is cast it in front of the piled objects gathered into a small area, and it will encompass them all, and then amber vault, shrink down to the size of a gem, and carry in your pocket quite easily. It's an amber vault sort of situation. It took me a while to be able to describe this onto paper, mind you, but I was able to do so. Give you a bit of a breakdown within the city walls or town walls. There, a circle of buildings. Mine was the one on the top right circle. did have it quite boarded up before I left, but inside there's a locked bronze chest, roughly 2 feet by 1 feet in size. I have a few other telescopes on pedestals that are not overly large, along with a more elaborate alchemical setup that involves an alembic, an alutel, and a retort, which is sort of set up in the central table of this abode. A number of books, of course, obviously. And if you could gather all of those up into one small area, compass it with this amber vault, and then return it to ease, it would be much appreciated. If you manage to get all my stuff back in one piece, there'll be a bit of a bonus, of course, on top of the other when you get back to the city. Hopefully that should suffice for intrigue anyway. You're not going to let your hard work go uncompensated.
What do you guys think?
They are gonna need a day to get ready.
I think we give them some notices to when we're going to leave, and that we can make the trip to pick up his belongings. Plus, I hate to see any sort of alchemy setup or supplies just get left behind.
Are
If we
you,
leave,
go ahead.
if we leave first thing in the morning the day after tomorrow, we should be able to make it all the way back in one day, even with the big convoy.
Well, we could even possibly leave tonight, and I have something that may help us move a little bit quicker to get there. Something
I'm
I've
fine
always wanted to
making our.
try.
I'm fine heading out tonight
What?
for it. What?
Oh, just a little trick I've cooked up.
Mm.
Literally, I used his torch to cook it up this morning.
I'm not sure if any of you have been offered space to rest or anything around town here, but it may not be the most comfortable, but there's beds within this building as well as beds within the inn in town that I'm sure that they're not utilizing.
It
But with
doesn't,
whatever you
it doesn't
do,
matter to
I'm not
me if we
that
leave today
you.
or tomorrow.
What do you
Just if
think?
If
we
it's only
don't,
a few hours, we
yeah,
can make it tonight.
well, we can get there tonight and perhaps
Mm-hmm.
camp and leave back here for first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Or depending
It'll
if this
definitely
works
go
out as well
smoothly.
as I think, maybe we can get there and back.
That's completely up to you. I don't want to make it sound like I'm pressuring it, of course, but
No, I think the sooner the better. You're right, because we don't want to be. Who knows? The longer we wait, the worse the queen's minions could get.
Yeah,
Or just go.
yeah.
Let's just go. I need to kill some. I don't know what to think, what to know.
You mentioned that you had a cart we could take, because ours is currently being loaded up.
you won't need a card actually. Spell that's inscribed onto a scroll, which will be able to contain all of my belongings.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But I was kind of counting on our oxen and cart for my little trick. We all need to be on the same platform, pulled by the swifter the creature, the better.
I don't know if I'm overstepping by asking another favor in this moment. From Lusair, it's only about another hour and a bit to travel to the Archer Nook. I'm not sure if you guys might be interested in traversing to that location as well to drop off the quad lens. That would at least solve some of my unfinished business with the Crystalline Circle before I head out of here. I don't want to leave such a thing behind without it getting back into their hands.
How big is it? Like,
It's about 4 feet long. It's a cylindrical tube. It's not super cumbersome or anything like that, but it can
Does
be.
it have like a carrying case? Like
It can be probably tied up well enough shoulder or on your back or something. It's not again, it's not heavy. Excuse me, it's not super heavy.
Yeah, but is it super fragile?
It probably has a bit of fragility to it.
I mean, at some point, I'd like to go to the archer mode, but I think I don't want to really be on a time crunch when I
Well,
get there.
if we go
That's
tonight,
fair.
then you'll have like half a day at least. Or if we go today. And we could even possibly spend overnight there if we go to Lucerne first, and then get there
You know,
before nightfall.
is there a map in one of the handout stuff? Oh yeah, there is. Sorry, finally found it. Okay, so we are. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do that. I mean,
That would be fantastic. Of course, there'll be an extra bonus on top of that as well.
is everyone okay with that, or
I am. I think I kind of want to go up that way.
okay, then yeah, we'll do that.
What a fantastic turn of events. I wasn't expecting such news.
And should we? I mean, we should probably go on foot rather than bring.
How are we gonna? You gonna carry that thing? I point at the like big telescope thing.
It's not too big, he said.
I thought you said it was like 4 feet.
Yeah, it's about 4 feet tall and weighs about 35 pounds from what I've gathered. The lenses on the end are a little bit fragile. I prefer than not see them get damaged. That's why they were repaired in the first place. But
Okay. Oh,
if I had another Amber Vault spells, I'd provide that for safe travel. But again, I would much rather use that to utilize the safety of my possession. Bye.
the only thing is with our cart, I'm pretty sure the blacksmith is loading up her stuff on it. So
She is.
Well, I
I don't
mean,
want to.
there's a number of other carts, city walls. I'm sure you have at. We'll probably take everything when we leave this place.
Okay.
That, or if again you are helping the mayor, maybe use that as leverage in your favor to get what you want.
Yeah, we can try and pick up a car somewhere else in town.
We could ask around.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should be quick about it if we're gonna try to get there and get this done tonight. Mumbleman, what did you need for your thing you wanted to try out? Exactly.
Well, what I'm gonna do, more or less, I think if it works out the way I planned, um, is the creature that's pulling the cart will be able to move quicker than he normally can.
Did you say your name's Mumbleman? You're the renowned Mumbleman.
Oh no, I said Fumble Man because he
Yeah,
falls a lot.
Mumble Man, that's me. Yep, that's what people call me. That's what I've been called for years.
And he kind of like has this moment where he like puts his hands on his desk and he like looks like forward. He's like, "You're the renowned Mumbleman. Zaretta Sunset. We
I've been
must
called
walk.
that
We must
before too.
bear.
Yep.
And he kind of rushes over you with his hands open. He's like, "Zaretta, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've actually read a lot of your work from hundreds of years ago. That happens to be one of the texts I was able to recover from Port Oswell the first time I went there, and I'm not sure I got it,
Well,
nor did I
Okay.
believe these
well,
rumors.
I don't go advertising that name. What did you say, Zaretta? Yeah. I'm. Yeah, that's just not me anymore. But
I mean, it's hard to believe and fascinating that I'm alive after all this time away from Locarius. It's fascinating. What have you really been doing over here so long? You must have come across a vast selection of or section of trial documents, recipes.
well,
Obviously, it
I've
sounds
been
time.
most recently I've been perfecting the moss rot potion.
Oh my goodness!
But you
Oh, so
know,
you concoct disease remedy.
well, yeah, you got
Oh
to
my
help the
god,
people out.
I do similar things myself. I've actually concocted a potion for the curing of myceliosis.
Well, we're gonna have to sit down and have a conversation. Wait, yeah, conversation. Where we talk back and forth.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, I guess this is. I'm just kind of shocked by the news so suddenly. I heard the name and I helped put it together pretty quickly. I'm fascinated with your work, and again, I don't want
I those there's not a lot of association between that one that you said and Mumble Man.
to. I figured it's more of an alias, maybe your original name Lost Time. But again, if I've
Well,
overstepped myself,
lost in time, lost in memory, lost generally, something like that. Yep.
all right. Well, I'll just refer to you as Mobile Man. Then I apologize. Here.
It's appreciated because I don't really respond to that other one anymore.
Anyways, I guess this isn't the time and place. We have more time after we get a better downtime. Maybe we can exchange things like that. But it's a fascinating thing to discover and find out. Sorry, I don't mean to hold you all up.
Well, I'd
But yeah,
appreciate it
we'll
if
need
you
this.
kind of keep it to yourself a little bit.
Do that. I definitely can do that. And Barney walks over to you and hands you a spell scroll. This is the Amber Vault spell scroll. What you need to use to gather up all my belongings to make them easy for reversal.
Oh, and by the way,
Okay, sweet. I'll tuck it away in my bag.
Ruben, you might want to do this, that, and the other because it should probably help this experiment out and make things a little smoother for you, and your end result will be 15 to 25% better.
Well, I'll utilize that information, but I'm merely in the process of simply breaking down some of the local fauna into vials, utilize their extract for a lot of my potion.
Oh, I thought you were trying to create, something more specific.
No, I actually have quite the need for the myceliosis cure in there. These large mushroom creatures skitter around, really spray spores all over everything. And it has been infecting a lot of our guardsmen of late. Sort of found a way to sort of remove that from the body.
And
Anyway,
do you have a little bit of extra? We might, have use of it.
I have roughly about 6 vials of it left. But, to be nice out of kind spirit to meet a renowned individual as yourself, I guess I can spare just one in the moment. He comes over and hands you a small vial. It's about the size of like an index finger. It has a very like mint green coloration to it.
Well, that's
But yes, this will remove all impact effects of myceliosis, fungal infection of the lungs that creates a lot of flu-like symptoms before it actually consumes you into a fungal rotted mess.
okay.
Be careful as you may actually encounter some of those creatures.
Yeah. Sorry, I was.
But yes, if you're looking to make that trek today, I won't keep you from your post and your duties. But again, if you find yourself at heart, have the device ready for you at the door before you leave town.
All right. Well,
Great.
we should probably get going then.
Mm-hmm.
I look
Okay.
forward to chatting to you more. Maybe we can exchange notes and recipes on the moss rot potion and the mycelia potion that you've got going on.
Indeed, that sounds fascinating. I haven't been able to elaborate much further with the infected of moss rot, much priority. But again, I will definitely seek interest in what you've said. Some of you guys begin heading out in that moment. Alchemical talk drags on between Ruben and Mumbleman here.
I'm just noting the time for you, Cody.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, probably second really. Okay, we'll take a little quick break and then we'll get right back into it, okay?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Excuse me. Is everyone back?
Oh.
I'm here.
Here.
Present.
God.
All right, well, let's carry on then.
Well,
Why?
if we're about to head out, give me 10 minutes, and I will meet y'all. Where do y'all want to meet? Back here,
Oh.
gate.
Probably back here.
Yeah, we can meet here by
Alright,
the front gate.
I'll be
Have
right back.
fun.
Bjorn has no idea what they're talking about.
Mm.
Well,
Make your way
We're-
back to Blacks. Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
You hear a bit of clattering and banging going on, and then 10, 15 seconds, the door opens a crack, sort of looks out. Oh, well, you're back so soon.
There's no banging yet. Sorry.
Yes, I was just in the midst of gathering some of my belongings.
Yes, we have to run a quick errand about a couple hours north, and then we're coming back. And then the day after we get back is when we leave.
Okay, all right. Well, that give
And we
adequate amount of time to repair a bunch of stuff and tend to that armor and get my belongings all gathered up. So it's probably for the best that it isn't a big rush.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was actually going to see if that armor was ready by chance.
Unfortunately, not. I haven't had much time.
I understand. But alright, I just wanted to let you know so you weren't curious about when we were leaving and where we were at.
You're heading out of the city or heading out of the town?
Yeah, we got to head out for a few hours up north.
I hear it's quite treacherous out there today, so be careful heading north.
We've dealt with our share of treachery.
Well, again, I'm still going to say it. I've seen it.
Yeah, well, thank you. But I will speak to you whenever we return.
Okay, well, again, be safe, okay?
Of course.
You can hear her
Thanks,
go
all.
back to what she was doing.
I'm
What
back.
would everyone else be doing in the time frame of them speaking?
is Mumble Man outside?
Yep.
When you come out, Barney will go. Oh, their name's terrible. It's a good thing you left it behind.
That's why I forgot it.
And then I'm like, well, let's see if we can go borrow a cart.
Okay, as long as we're not taking it, because Warren doesn't like it when we take stuff.
Didn't he say that was just his stuff?
Oh yeah, I forgot that detail. That's an important piece.
It's not a
You can
moral.
already
It's more of a respect thing. When my man's walking, Barney goes, I feel like where he's from, it's like you just take things and kill people. They don't. Maybe they don't have borrowing where he was raised.
Okay. I still, but I thought we were friends, and I thought it was okay. It's like I can borrow stuff from you, right?
Mm-hmm. But some people don't like their stuff borrowed. What if you were raised where everything that was yours, if somebody took it, they were taking it for good. They weren't just borrowing it. You'd probably have a different look on it.
Oh, if they're taking it for good, then that's not borrowing it. Borrowing it means you're just using it, and you're gonna give it right back as soon as they want it.
But what if no one ever told you what
Yeah,
borrowing
yeah.
was?
I can't believe there's a place like that.
At this point, Bjorn walks up and goes, obviously, you've never been around Goliath. And then he stops and looks at him and goes, plus, if you would have asked, I would have let you borrow. But you just took.
You were sleeping. I
That's
didn't want to
what.
wake you up.
Then I guess you should have waited. Or asked before I went to sleep, not just take. That's what made me angry. Not the fact that you want to borrow something, the fact that you just took something without asking. Because yes, where I'm from, usually someone just takes something and they get away with it. In my tribe, that meant you were weak. You allowed someone to take from you. So weak that you didn't belong there. The clan did not need you no more, and you were banished.
Is that why you're not with your clan? Sorry, you
Bjorn
left
kind of
that.
like you
You left
kind of
that
see
open,
like
buddy.
You're on a roll.
kind of see like a tear fall down Bjorn's face
First you
as you
take
like
him stuff, now you make him cry.
he takes a deep breath. It's not a normal looking tear. It's like coming out. It's almost like a tear of anger. Like he got so mad so quick that a tear formed from his eye, and he takes a step forward towards the Marble Man.
I gave him a nervous twitch, guys. It's
Kind
okay.
of
You can be part of my clan.
reaches down, picks him up. No, I am not part of my clan anymore because my mother was killed. My father took her. My real father disappeared. As far as I know, he's the one who killed my mother. And then I found out my mother was brought back to life. My clan didn't like me because they wanted someone underneath my father wanted to rule the clan and be chieftain. So he tried to get me killed. I left. If I would have stayed, I would have killed my whole clan and still left. Because they were all weak compared to me.
I'm
I
glad
put him
I'm
back
not weak
down.
compared to you. Well, okay, I might be physically weak, but um, that that story was kind of sad. And if you ever,
Bjorn just took off walking at this point. He's like too
Mumble,
much for one day.
Mumble Man just keeps mumbling to himself for like the next 5 minutes. And
Her head's down and you don't realize he's left.
yeah.
Barney stays to listen for like a second, and he's like, "It's not stopping." Well, I'm out of here.
You
Let's go
can
find
see
a
the
man about
mayor.
a cart.
See the mayor's in the midst of talking with a couple people over by one section. You start making your way over there. Ah, you're back again. See these people here,
Yes.
so turn to look at you like, well,
Did
been got the short notice, but what can I help you with?
we need to borrow a cart to go
Well,
retrieve a few things up about north for
Well, first we're gonna guide you. You guys to the city.
No, we're gonna do that later.
Wonderful.
I know, but like in a couple days. So you guys should start getting ready. In the meantime, we're gonna run an errand and be right back.
So you were originally here for Ruben then? All right, well, I'll take your word that you're going to get us here. It'll be a really pleasant thing to see. Maybe someone will finally keep their word to us, but
If you can get the whole town rounded up and packed up for the morning after tomorrow, we can take this
is this
convoy
real?
out of here.
You guys really going to do that? I can start gathering my stuff tonight. Yeah, it sounds like a brilliant idea. Who are these people, Taggart? And you didn't tell us there's people in town looking to lead us out of here. Oh my god, this is great. Calm down. Said the day after tomorrow. So after tomorrow, better an announcement first thing in the morning to get everyone gathered their stuff then. What's this you speak of you need the cart for? Do some errands, okay. Well, there's a number of those we won't be able to with us, so just have at one. I don't see the issue if we're going to leave a lot of this stuff behind anyways. So yes, I guess if that's what you're looking for is permission, then yeah, you got it.
Sounds good.
He's like, well, changes a bit of the trajectory for the night. All right. He's like, I'll spread the word. Pass it on.
You know, Bjorn, that wasn't too difficult at all. Maybe I should try this asking thing before I borrow.
Or just says, "Yup,"
Ex-
and just keeps walking down back towards the blacksmith because he remembers seeing the. That's where the ox is.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, he walks up to where the ox is and kind of just reaches out and pets it.
Sees your approach. There's a guard standing there talking to that pretty intoxicated guy who's sort of cooled off a little bit by the. He sort of backs away with your approach, Bjorn. The guard's like, hey, how's it going? Thing here, you're a beast of burden. It's quite the creature.
Yes, very loyal to us and helps plenty. And I kind of rub its face and I say, "It's such a good boy." Kind
Like
of pat it and pet it.
bob its head back and forth a bit.
Mhm. I kind of pat him like, are you going to be ready to leave here soon, bud? We have to run there and get another cart to pull.
Here, I'll hold these ones in. Seem a bit eager to get out of here lately. I'll let you slide that one out. Yeah.
Go and grab our ox and pull him out.
Closes the gate and hops over the fence. Good. All right.
Alright, so where's the cart? Let's go grab our cart. I got a rope attached to his like bridle, kind of pulling him along.
Okay. You
We need something big
branch the
enough that we
corner.
can all ride on.
You pass into this street, and you can look up, and you can see there's a couple carts near the front gate that are quite low supplies at the moment, but you might scour across town before you find another one. There's one that was up beside this house, but it's quite covered in vines and overgrowth. Looks a bit destroyed at the moment.
Check down by the docks and see if there's any open carts.
Bit of wind picks up at this point, sort of casting away some of the fog that was rolling in off of the sea. And after a period of time, you can see one that's being used by the one fellow fishing here, but there seems to be a couple other vacant carts that come into sight at this point down by the docks.
Oh. Probably do one of the vacant ones then.
You can see this one that you've walked up to is an unused cart. It's not buttoned down or anything like that. You could definitely, most likely, commandeer this vessel if you so choose.
Yeah.
Barney, what are you doing?
Does it?
While they were doing that, I was gonna sneak back to go talk to Zaz. I know that's not his name. I just
Zaz.
can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Reuben.
Ruben.
Right.
While we're doing this, if there's like any part of the cart, like I guess Mumble Man or I can mend, then I think we'd probably do that. Just to
Okay,
make sure.
it's a pretty well used cart. The thing that you notice the most is the spokes for the wheels that you probably want to do some tending to, especially if you're going to put it into heavy use. And what you do, and you start utilizing your mending cantrip to start repairing some of the cart before rigging up your oxen to it. Barney, you head over to Rubens' place.
I was gonna go inside.
Okay, inside you go.
And I just wanted to ask him about if he knew, because he seemed to know a lot. If he knew anything about that word. About a Umbrian or Yannex place up to the north near the Archer node. Or yeah.
Well, if you're looking for ruins related to Umbrian history, those that are scattered across Prague, Osana, and the Throne, a lot of those places over there obviously aren't within accessibility per se, but what I've gathered is a number of ruins located across Prague and different portions of areas over by Aranzan's Pass and the Stale Highlands has a number of ruins that haven't been really delved into much just due to their threat in nature. As far as actual Umbrian location, I don't have that down pat as I haven't seen any form of text or document that's pointed me in that direction. Say, I just have a simple text on at least the history of the Umbrians and that.
Okay. Have you heard of any ruins along the shores near Roga?
Near Froga, no, that the ruins that are near Froga aren't related to Umbrians by any means. It's been a bit of a puzzle actually, Proctor. But to the north, again near the Archer node, there's another section of ruins in there, but that has been one I've delved into nor read much about as far as what it could be.
Okay. Well, thanks. I just figured I'd pick your mind before
Of course, I'm
I
sorry I
remembered that.
can't shed any more light on this. Ignorant to that fact.
That's okay. It appears there's not a lot of people that know much about that left.
It is a bit of I guess you can say, a lost sort of cause, or maybe not cause isn't the right word to use, but it's, something that's faded away over the year.
You could say that again. Well, I'll let you get back to it. Have a good one.
Chair.
And I'll head out to the front and just wait for the rest of the guys to come.
All right, and you guys hitch up the ox at the point after kind of casting mending on the cart and get it sort of utilizing back up to good shape.
So the oxen's kind of tucked in, like locked into it and everything.
Yep.
Yo guys, stay here for 1 second. I'll be right back.
I
Start
start
off over
feeding
here.
the oxen more sugar cubes.
Hey, fellow in charge of all these animals here.
What's up, man?
Do you have any like a bag of like oats or like a little bit of hay I can take to give me oxen for the travel?
I can probably spare a bit. We are getting a bit low on livestock. Take this on top of this. Scoops up a bunch of hay. Passes over a small pouch of oats. Nothing major. Of
I appreciate it.
course, the beasts need food too. Not able to get it as easily as we can. So,
Well, just so you're aware, tomorrow the mayor should be talking to everyone. Not tomorrow, but the day after. We plan on loading everyone up who's ready, and we're going to escort y'all back to one of the bigger towns.
oh, that's fantastic news! I didn't know that the guild showed up. It's awesome. Thank you.
The guild didn't send us for that. We came to talk to Ruben, but seeing y'all's dire need and everything, we've decided to take upon ourselves to escort y'all's back. With, of course, your guards will have to help us some, but
Oh, of course.
we've done our fair share of fighting. We've helped prevent a lot of damage in the big towns. So I
Well,
just
that's good
figured I'd give
news.
you a heads up, so maybe you can kind of get your animals and stuff in order tomorrow.
Well, yes, these will be the burdens that carry the carts. So, yes, I'll definitely be passing that on. I'll let the barrack folk know tonight as well. Thanks. Appreciate that. That's really awesome. Thanks.
Of course. See you in tomorrow morning. Hopefully we should be back, and then the day after we will set foot.
Sounds good to me, man.
Have a good one.
As Bjorn is on his way back, he sees Altair with a bag feeding the animal with the food from the potentially magical bag he has.
What are you feeding him?
Food.
See it munching on some sort of feed sack that's affixed to its face now.
Sure. Bjorn's like, okay, let's go ahead and let's
I
load up.
found it by the goblins that were huffing paint, and
Oh, Lord.
next to a bridle
Get it right.
or
It
a
was
ring,
maple syrup, not paint.
straight to the veins.
Yeah, Merple Purple.
I still need to. I guess I don't really know what this bag does. It just holds a lot of food. So I guess, Bumbleman, while we're on our way, do you want to look at this ring and bridle, and I'll look at this food? They both seem pretty nice.
Um, I can do that after we get outside and I do my trick on the
Yes,
ox.
sounds good.
Okay. Who's helming this beast?
I will.
Okay, you can make an animal handling check for your handling of said beast. Familiarity is getting a bit there, so DC is obviously a bit lower as you become a bit more buddy with this oxen on your travels. It's not liking you today. But you hook up, start going along with it. Seems to be going well at the moment.
I meant to type in Longstrider scroll before I copied and pasted there. But I'm gonna cast Longstrider on the oxen.
Okay. Is that like as you're leaving or like right now?
As we're leaving.
Okay. So yeah, you see Bjorn get up, and the oxen provides a bit of resistance initially, but then starts to go, and you start heading towards the main gate of town.
I can't move that cart, so
That's all right. You see soldiers move up out of the way that were sort of blocking the entrance, and they see you approach.
come on, everyone, in the carts. Let's go.
I'm just going to copy this real quick. It's a different card, but you realize it to move it yourself. There you go. Okay, Barney, you see everyone approaching now with the oxen affixed to a different cart.
Oh, there we go. I'll run and jump in.
Okay, I'm going to do something really quick. Just so, I guess it doesn't matter for this screen. Okay. Guards sort of move out of the way as you guys load into the cart and head out through the gates proper. Outside, again, you can see the smoldering fires of corpse piles that the guards have ignited and are burning the queen's children's remains, I guess, along with some of the fallen guards that have died in the process. They seem to be pretty well with upkeeping how that stuff goes, but you are on the roads. You can see Mumble Man pull out that scroll, cast on the oxen, which the spell takes effect on. Now, when the spell takes effect, you realize that the ox realizes it can move a bit faster, and as it does, it pulls the cart and breaks, excuse me, where the reins would affix to the cart, that breaks off that piece of wood, and its reins becomes free as it begins to just start to move on its own away from the cart. We have left you behind.
Oh!
I take off running as quick as I can, trying to catch and jump on it. Like grab the reins.
Yeah, and it kind of like pulls against you a bit before it comes under control. You'll have to do a bit of repair to this to get this thing back into its moment here, but you can see the guards now have seen this happen as well, and they're just sort of watching you also while watching this burn pile.
I'm
That sucks.
realigned. Can anybody of y'all can y'all mend this back together?
Try. I'll try and do that.
Okay. A few things I'm mending in, and you definitely can repair where the bridle or where the reins hook up to the cart. It just adds a bit of inconvenience to it and knocks about 5 minutes off of the time of the spell. That's all.
Okay.
But you're able to hitch back up and head out. And is that what you would like to do?
I believe so.
Okay.
Here we go.
Pushing on. I will need a D20 roll from someone, please, as you move from Kresh into this space here before heading to Lusair. Making good time, too, because the oxen seems to have a bit of stride to its step, and it's pulling the cart along at a bit of an accelerated. 13, not bad, not bad. Okay. The trail you travel on becomes pretty overgrown rather quickly. Moss and mud shows some hoof marks that have really grooved in deep, and they have speed behind them. It's really indicating recent travel in this area. The trail narrows down from a large roadway almost to this small linear walkway through the trees and roots before opening back up. And this does this, and it goes back and forth for a good while. Eventually, the path does open into a meadowy-like pathway with trees a good distance away from the forest edge and crystals starting to come into view, reds and greens poking their way up through the surface and sort of breaking through the forest floor. A long ways up ahead, you can see movement. You see movement of two creatures up ahead.
What's that?
Oh, the cart. There you go. But yeah, you see movement of two creatures up ahead. These moss-covered beetles come into view, and they seem to be picking apart a small macaw, two of them, while sort of screeching out from the ridgeline is a great macaw that's presumably trying to coax additional small ones away from these other creatures. And this sort of continues on for a while, and you watch these two other ones sort of approach the ones that are mauling this other one, and after a bit of time, these two just launch into an attack against this one, and you see it sort of One flies up, jumps high, and screeches as it drives its talons into the side of this beetle. And that beetle immediately turns and clutches one right in its talons on the front, and it breaks its legs and snaps its neck at the same time as this one falls limp. Yeah. I want to click. There we go. This one dying in the process, which then sends all of the other Macau in this area into a flurry. They all start rushing over. The body of these two is dropped here as these now then begin to meet and start this big attack against all these other creatures here. You are all sort of moving towards this and seeing this happen at the same time. There is ample space around, either through ridge lines and different areas to sort of traverse forward, but what would you like to do?
If I could, I'd like to continue trying to figure out what this bag of food does.
Okay.
And hope that doesn't these
Uh,
creatures don't attack us.
you have to spend about an hour doing so. You haven't spent yet.
Sounds good.
But a little bit post this, if your concentration isn't broken too much, you'll be able to ascertain what it does.
Who's driving?
Bjorn is currently driving.
I think Barney probably would have been sitting, like, watching outside with him. So he'd be like, should we just try to sneak by?
Where does we can sneak by?
Well,
Like,
by sneak, I meant drive really fast right past them in the back while they're distracted.
You guys could let them fight, and then if there's only a couple left, we might be able to scare them off.
You watch more screeching happen as another smaller Macau is just sent across as one rips one apart. And then skitters around, and they try and chase it down. This one then changes targets and starts to run and jump over and attacks this one. Poofs this one in the side, and it flies prone onto the ground before skittering and sort of standing upright again and meeting them. This one over here goes into a bit of a whirling dervish of claw attacks and stuff and starts just rending all these smaller ones down. But they do seem quite locked up in combat at the moment. So this one starts to show a bit of injury. The constant cow attacks starts to go back, and then this turns back over and see it rush over and jump up and poof this one down. It seems to cleave that one out as this like sort of collapses onto the ground. Some of the other ones come over. This one gets destroyed, sort of bludgeoned by the side of the claw. It falls over. This one gets grabbed by the claw and has its head cut off. Excuse me. This one then rushes up towards the other Macau. They start fighting again. The last of the small ones starts coming over. You see it biting and chewing at the back end of it before it turns and claws it and knocks it over. And then this one kind of shoots back, and it's sort of this like standoff moment between the two of them. Let's do D20 a 19. So then the last clash between the two of them, this one goes up, grabs this Great Macau by the neck, and then breaks its neck before it starts to tear its body apart and chew into it. It seems like one of the scarabs is left after that battle.
Oh, dude, I had them caused the whole way. Damn.
wagging up over here just a little bit and stop.
And you do.
I get out and kind of like make sure I secure the oxen so he doesn't go anywhere. And this distracted eating, I kind of move up a little bit.
It's doing this weird scuttling thing where it's got its claws over its head, sort of clacking them back and forth as it circles around the body of the biggest one that it killed. And it's sort of swirling around before it starts to like dig into the side of it and tear it apart.
I want to take a shot at it.
You definitely can do that. Your
A
approach
longbow?
starts to pull out your bow and knock an arrow. 19 hits, and when it shoots out and flings into like the carapace of the creature from behind, it like puts its claws up in the air. It's going to start rushing towards you. It'll move.
And I'm going to activate my fire rune,
Okay.
which is the lightning rune. So it has to make a strength check. It must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Okay. So it wouldn't technically. Okay. Yep. Do that. Strength saving throw. 18.
What
Is
would my
that
saving
succeed?
throw be? I don't remember how do I figure out the saving throw on that?
I think it's 8 plus your proficiency plus if there's an associated.
It will be like 14 at the highest. So, right now.
Okay.
Spell save DC it's 13.
Yeah.
Okay, but according to this, it still takes.
Okay.
Target takes an extra 2d6 fire light thunder damage, and it must succeed on a saving throw or be restrained.
And the
Correct.
2d6
So,
damage would continue if it failed to save, but it made the save, so it does take 2d6 damage.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
doesn't get. Damn. Okay. So between Mumbleman's slingshot, your longbow pierce, and then the attention's definitely drawn on you. It's looking really rough to begin with after that. Comes rushing over about that. That's where the blast hits of the fire at this point, which then detonates a small little cranium from underneath the shell, and it comes skittering over to you with speed, but then stops, and slides at this point, dead at this point, before it can even reach you. So some pretty good utilization of your ranged and benefit there on an already previously damaged creature. But
Yeah, I didn't want to take a chance. I was hoping to restrain it. You stay over there.
yeah, but it crossed that distance super quick. Once it noticed after you sort of attacked it, it was coming fucking in hot before you felled it with it already being pretty hurt. But the
Okay.
threat in this area is immediately passed after you sort of had the battle royale between forest creatures, and then you just sort of finish up the scraps.
Go back to the oxen and kind of get him prepped again and
I'm
get
gonna
get on it.
I'm gonna harvest this Macau and then the great Macau, and then when
Okay.
the oxen cart gets close, I'll jump back on it.
Okay, so go ahead and make a survival check for each. What's the first one for?
The small one is where I was at first.
Okay, so the small one, you'll definitely get 2 talons and 4 feathers, and then a 4 from the Great Macau. It has been quite picked apart by claws. You get no benefit, no gatherings from the Great Macau. No talons, no feathers, nothing.
Yeah, and then I'll hop back in the cart.
Okay. The wind picks up pretty heavily at this point too, whether it be an encroaching storm or something, but you get that constant drone of the leaves rattling in trees and things like that. Sort of makes a bit of the surrounding area a bit more difficult, I guess you can say.
I got my character stuck.
You're stuck.
I just couldn't get out from behind the thing because.
Awesome. Continuing on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys reach a spot where you're able to sort of look down upon the forest from a trail that turns into this cliff-like vantage. Roughly a couple miles away, the site of Lusair along the shoreline comes into view. The overcast skies from the day now darkening and focused mainly over top of the town and high up. You've seen this before. A beam of light shoots up from within the town, which then begins to cast this whirling dervish in clouds ahead and underneath the veil of the tree. You'd seen that happen in Beauvais not 2 days prior. You watch as a glowing red seed falls from a massive branch overhead and it plummets down towards the town. And then horns begin to blow from a distance, followed by that impact, glowing light, sort of tremors and shakes for a while after impact. It scatters the wildlife treetops, birds take flight, and creatures fly away. The horns continue for a while longer before they stop, but the sky grows a lot darker and darker as those clouds spin overhead, and you sense the immediate danger and realize that Lusair is under attack at this moment.
Well, I guess we're fighting again.
The wind again picks up even heavier. Rushing gale-like winds causes all the leaves to rustle, and this constant drone that just consistently going. Carrying forward? Or what would everyone like to do with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Through the summer.
I'm going to reach over to Bjorn and scratch a Z onto his armor, which is enhanced defense. It gives you a +1 to your armor class. And if you
I'm
want
gonna
to
keep looking. Oh,
if you want to see the Z, I put it in the chat for Discord.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Through the sundered trails and roots and vines that make it really hard to walk in this or traverse this straight line, the palisade of the town comes into view. Through the gnarled branches and sort of lush fauna growth that sort of waves back and forth from the winds, you see these wooden walls and brick towers that be covered severe overgrowth, sort of clinging to everything it touches. You see bodies coming into view, that of fallen soldiers and creatures from the Queen, barklets, and those mushroom-like creatures that you've seen. It should be on the bottom of this map. Again, the cart. You see ichor leaking from them, creating all these small puddles underneath them just due to the sheer number of fallen. Large cracks and craters litter this whole area. And even one gated area sort of lays destroyed and open from where this massive tree has grown up through the ground and made a path directly into the town. You see the thatched roofs of houses from within the walls, but then the sky overhead now is dark and swirling black and crimson as the reflection of the glow, similar to that of which fell into the town earlier that you'd seen, carrying through with that wind blowing strong and intensely. You start to hear mildly inaudible screaming coming from somewhere within the town, whether it be orders or an argument or something you're sort of unable to tell being outside of the town, wind making it really difficult to hear anything clearly.
Is this a big hole in the ground?
Yeah, that's a large crater where you can see a lot of the vines have grown up through and pierced into this section of town. And this whole area of town has bodies strewn of soldiers and a queen spawn, as well as all the roads and pathways are littered with roots and vines through.
Should we get in there?
Yeah. What should we do with the oxen? Can't really take him around over this.
Guess we just tie him up here and hope for the best.
kind of tuck the oxen up with the cart near the tree.
Okay. Okay.
Barney's gonna start
And
running into town.
I'm gonna
Okay.
put the bag of hay and oats I got there for him to kind of munch on and tie him to the tree that's right here.
How long
Um,
did it take to get here?
okay, I was just going
And
to say,
I
Alter, with your bag inquiry. It is just a really decorative feed bag. It has a slightly, I'm not going to say bottomless like effect to it, but it definitely holds more than it shows. So it is able to store a lot more grains and oats than it looks like it should be able to, and it's just really decorative in design. The bridle itself is just a fancy, almost like officer's bridle for their horse. It's not magical or anything.
Okay.
But yes, Barney, you start to move in, and you can see that this whole area is a war zone. You see the winds making it really difficult to progress as they gust and blow through, and it starts to tear away some of the thatch off of the roofs and sort of gets swept up into the whirling dervish overhead.
We don't have to get this guy's stuff. We can just turn around and go home.
Oh, these people might need help. I call as I'm running.
Oh, right, the
The,
people. Damn it.
the wind doesn't help with your screams as you sort of call out, and those even close to you are barely making out with what you're saying. But once you get to this area, you start to see through some of the cracks in building. I'm just going to wait till you get to this point before I reveal it.
My bad. And no, I won't do that yet. Okay.
Barney will start yelling. He'll be like, "Hello!"
Okay, I'm going to just reveal. Bjorn, you've come out to this point, so that's going to reveal everything.
I found his house.
And by reveal everything, I mean fuck everything.
Turn everything black.
Hold on, let me just.
guys, I've
Bjorn,
died.
Dark.
I'm going to remind you that you do have that elixir that Bubble Man gave you.
I cast dark vision on myself.
Sorry, 1 second. No, I did the fog of war thing. I'm just
Who has an elixir?
Bjorn does.
I thought it was on good for 24 hours.
I gave it to you this morning.
And
It was a different session, but it was the same day.
As we run by these houses, I say, I found his house.
okay, Bjorn. Bear with me a little bit here with how this gets read out. Purchasers that the screaming goes louder as you start to push into this point. You sort of rush to cross road and area, and you stop and look and take in the sight of the center of town. This sort of like uh, gathering square or market. There's this large pulsing red seed that rests cratered into the ground that has this glow to it, almost this blinding red sensation. There's a small militia that's rest facing towards this red roofed building that is adorned with flags and heraldry. You see an armored man screaming at a familiar sight, the moss covered robe of the messenger you've seen in the city. It's holding some sort of green incantation in its hands as if it's readying a spell for casting or something. But back below on the ground, you see a large orc that is channeling into this red glowing seed while soldiers adjust themselves into formation near that sort of queen's mage or whatever. You see a scout drawing his bow back with arrows beginning to glow with arcana, sort of holding this drawn attack. As the air of intensity growing around you, realize that you've encountered a foe you've seen. You start to make out their words now that you've come within range, but you hear, "Knaves, resistance is futile. You're fated for affair by the order of the queen. Let it happen. You will not. Step down from there, and I'll easily split you in two. You wreak havoc against innocent. For what? You know damn well that slave. And I fear you not, coward. Knight, on me. Arkthak, dispel that thing now. Namari, cast your before he can finish his sentence, that whirling sky overhead lets out this pulse of crimson light, like a bubble popping, and then dark red beam shoots down from the clouds towards the ground. And he's brace for impact, knight! As he seems to lift up his sword and shield, and right as everyone is distracted from that encroaching beam from above, the mage lets out his held spell, sort of casting a fireball down towards the center of this group. And you all watch this detonation of fire that incinerates some of these people on impact, sort of followed then immediately by the impact of that beam overhead. This loud fireball lets out, just encompasses that whole group of people in fire, that enough that you guys have to cover your face, go back for a second, instinctively. When you stop, you can see the flaming bodies now of the previous standing group. Sorry, it takes a bit for this to load. All of this area here was where detonation occurred, the beam taking straight. The messenger up here on this point lets go that fireball, so that's or fireball to that area. Covers when you see it. The knights are all charred and ablaze. The orc burnt and sort of laying prone on the ground. Leader unmoving and on fire on the ground. You see the scout has been launched from where they stood across and into one of the buildings near the shore. That dual blast clearing the way for what lays now in the center of that impact crater. When the dust and smoke settles away, swept away by the winds, you see all the buildings now laying ablaze, corpses strewn about and on fire. Figure stands where that glowing seed once was. This blazing tree-like entity, roughly 10 feet tall, limbs at obscure angles with gnarled joints, rakes of claws that have these affixed to its spindly tree-like limbs. The face within the head appears to carry some semblance of humanoid or human at least. The mouth twisted in this grin, glowing orange, and as it streaks out into the dark area, the voice almost deafening, and it sort of shifts with speed to the right, and it disappears into the flame that's alight on one of the sides of the houses, and then it reappears from one of the flames blazing upon the bodies of the fallen, sort of drifting in and out of flame at will. Andres, deal with these persistent meddlers whom have witnessed what has happened here. Your success may grant you your own will that you've craved for oh so long. Fail not, or fear her ire. You can see that hooded figure up on the top of the house begins to shift back along the rooftop, begins to sort of drift towards this massive jetting vine that's protruded out of the ground. And now you see this flaming being with a name starts to focus in on you all as it repeats that same scream as this orange glow from its flames start to roar up, swirl around them. I need you all to roll initiative. Thanks.
I don't know where my person went on the map.
Yeah, you
Oh,
want
it's
to
on gate.
move me and Altair up to where our positions would be?
Yes, for
I
sure.
see myself. Okay. I was around there.
Oh, there you are. Yeah. Sorry, I'll put you up there. I'd say, yeah, sure, you're all kind of walking quite here.
10, 10,
7, 8, 9.
10.
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh,
8, 9. Yeah.
I fucked it.
That would have been the craziest. Like, I don't know what the chances of that would have been.
I mean, even getting
the
them in
next.
ascending order like that's pretty.
Yeah. Insane.
Sorry, I don't know why this went like this. Like you're on there twice. You're on there twice. Hold on.
Who's on there?
Sorry. Sorry to draw thrown on there a little bit for your initial entrance into town, I guess you could say. Okay, sorry.
Ew.
Okay, so yes, this is the creature, the arrival of this shadowy-like creature that has emerged from the crater after the detonation. It phased in and out of flames for a moment before reappearing at the corpse of this orcish body that's on fire. I see, Barney, you cast Divine Sense on this.
No, I was trying to read my spells and I accidentally hit
Oh,
it.
okay, okay.
Yeah, so you were talking and I hit it and I was like, oh, whoops. I
No, that's
didn't know if
okay. I
you heard
just
me.
know if you're trying to do that before initiative sort of took.
No, I was just trying to read what I was like. What do I have here? I should go through this stuff.
But yes, the figure up here moved towards the trees at the back. Hasn't quite disappeared like you've seen before, at least at this point. But this creature here has clocked you all in this moment. Please don't. You, and turns its attention towards you, eyes ablaze, head ablaze. And it's going to start. It's going to move over to this point and shift into the flame. And when it shifts into the flame, it sort of disappears for the moment. Altair, you're up.
Um, guess that's as close as I could get.
Okay.
I will bonus action, starry form, chalice,
Okay.
and then action, hold, guiding bolt until it appears.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Okay. In between your turn, it is going to use a legendary action. It reappears in this flame before you on the side of this building. But in the midst of it's appearing, it is flying out of the flame directly towards you, Bjorn, with its claws raked out at the side. It will make 2 attacks towards you, but like Altair, it triggers your held attack at the point. 14 does not hit, unfortunately.
Damn it. Okay.
The guiding bolt going a bit wide, making impact against the side of this building here. But yes, it does not hit. First swipe of a downward swipe from above, this flaming claw towards you, Bjorn. Okay. Followed by the second. 14 for the second.
Misses, because I have a
Okay.
+1 to my AC right now.
Okay. So, Barney, what are you going to do? Intercept that attack?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take some of the damage from the first one.
Okay. Oh shit, natural 20. Okay. So yes, changes how this works. Does this reduce some of the damage or?
Yeah, it just reduces damage taken.
Okay. So crit, yes. 18 points of slashing damage. So you can go ahead and roll to reduce.
1d10 plus 2.
So
9.
okay, so you pretty much have the damage. So you take 9 points of slashing, and then the second one, it goes wide as Barney sort of intercepts that first attack and reduces the damage, and it just goes wide over the top of its head, and then it's sort of left standing there for the moment at your feet, and you can really see this terrifying tree-like creature with this humanoid-like face glaring at you.
So it ended its turn.
It ends its legendary action after Dylan. It would technically be Mumble Man at this.
Well, I'm going to use my stone rune because it's a reaction.
Okay.
Because he ended his turn within 30 feet of me, he has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw. If it doesn't succeed, it becomes charmed for a minute.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. 17.
And it makes it.
Okay, so yeah, currently you see it sort of wave in a moment of confusion with that pulse, but it doesn't to take hold.
Worth a shot.
Reaction, you absolutely. Mumbleman, you're up, followed by Barney.
Bonus action to coat some darts in poison. Action to use my slingshot to shoot this guy.
Okay. 15 just hits. Lob your sling at it. Okay. Oh. Con save. Okay.
Yeah.
Success, I believe.
Okay, so it doesn't take the poison damage or have
Or
the
it.
poison effect.
Okay. 9 points of damage. Okay.
And then I will move past Bjorn over to here.
Okay.
Protect yourselves.
Does that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
Okay. It's going to use a legendary action between that to shift back into the flame here and then re-emerge here and is going to swipe in that same fell swoop towards Altair. 13 to hit. Misses. Altair?
Yes, yep, sorry. Yes, it
No,
does.
that's okay. Okay, so
You
yeah,
said misses, and I'm like, oh, you already know. Okay.
yes, it ends its turn there. Barney, you're up.
Okay. Barney, seeing this thing disappear in front of him, Barney's going to use his movement to run 30 feet up to here. And I'm going to. Oh, God, where's my character sheet? There it is. Use 5 points of lay on hands on this big guy here.
Okay.
In front of me, and try to use my bonus action to like pat out any flames. If
Okay.
if I'm being on fire.
So you pat out the flames and you surge 5 points of lay on hands into this orc, and you see the arcana surge into the body for a moment, and it's almost like the lungs are accepting it before the lungs exhale, and you realize that this person is quite dead.
Barney like closes his eyes for a second. And then I'll just turn to face this. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. It will use its last legendary at the end of that to shift back into the flame there, and then emerge from this flame over here, and then rush and attack you once. 21 to hit to Barney. Oh, sorry, there should be one extra d6 on that. So 3. So 13 points of damage. 13 points of slashing.
Ugh. Right in the back.
Bjorn, you're up.
I will use my bonus action to pop a giant smite.
Okay.
So I will literally become the size of large. I think it's like, what, 16 foot tall. I grow, and then I will rack my bow and take a shot
Yeah,
at
you
him.
will. Yeah, you do. 18 hits.
And I need to roll an extra d6.
4, I believe.
Giants
For-
Giants Might's 1d6.
Is it? Okay, sorry.
Here.
I thought it was just due to the enlarged thing, but yeah. Yeah, 1d6. Yeah, okay. Sorry. 10 points total, okay. The arrow sinks into it, and it sort of bursts a bit of flame from the top of its head. Its eyes glowing, and as it just turns towards your massive form.
You know what? I'll use action search.
Okay.
And for my bonus action, I'm gonna pop second wind.
Okay.
Oh, did it roll?
Yeah, I
Was
did
that a
roll a
2?
2.
Okay. I didn't hear the audible. So 1 to 10 plus your fighter level. I get back 5.
Does your action surge give you back your bonus actions?
No, it only gives you another action.
So,
Oh, okay.
so technically, your giants might use your bonus action.
Okay.
So
Then
you'll
I
have to
didn't
hold
gain
off on the
nothing
second
there.
one for now. But yeah.
Yeah. Then with that, I will take another shot at him.
Yeah, you will. Oh, 22 definitely. Is that with an additional d6?
Yep. Every attack I do.
Awesome. Okay. 11 points. Okay. Awesome. Sinking into the side of it.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Head back to the top of the round. It is going to shift into flame. Barney, this could technically trigger a attack of opportunity if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll turn and I'll from it just hitting me, and I'll swing and attack it as it please.
Okay. So yeah, it's going to try and leave and head to this flame here with its movement. A natural 1. That does not hit. But you sink your sword into the dirt pretty hard. And, nothing abnormal happens from that. But it gets away from you, and it shifts over and reappears at this point here, sort of completely enshrouded in flames. You watch the messenger up here, who was still sort of staring, watching at you, shift into the tree and disappear out of sight. Right as this begins to flare up with flames, as it's almost gathering from the burning building, it's going to launch a firebolt towards you, Barney, at this moment.
As it what? Sorry, what was the last part?
It's going to launch a firebolt at you. 20 to
Oh,
hit.
okay. 20 does hit.
Oh, that's not so bad. 6 points of
Phew.
fire damage as it blasts into the front of you. It chars some of the freshly dyed tabard that you have on you, but it doesn't catch a blaze or anything. But it ends its turn over there. Altair, you're up.
I have a question. It might require a perception check or something, but does the thing next the orc thing does the orc next to me seem like it died from the initial explosion or the persistent fire that it was under? Is there a way, or either that, or do I see if the scout far away is like not dead?
Okay, so you can use your bonus action to try and ascertain which would be one or the other. If you choose to medicine check the
Can
orc,
I
you can
use
see
my
how it died.
action?
You want to use your action to do that? Sure.
Yeah, I want to see if
Or you can see if the scout is still alive as well. That's up to you. That
I
would
guess
involve some movement, though, to get over.
I'll see if the scout is still alive since that guy seemed dead.
Okay.
So that was right there, I think.
Okay.
And I want to see if I could see if the scout's dead.
Okay. You can go
Or
ahead and make a medicine. Okay. They appear to be unconscious, but not dead.
okay. Bonus action then. I'm gonna do healing word on them,
Okay.
which is 6, but also they do. They get another 9, so they get 15 hit points.
Okay. Damn. So yeah, they heal up and they're like, they're quite burnt and charred, and whether they're run through from something, but they were blasted against the side of this building. Their bow isn't in their hand at the moment, but they are sort of now conscious and coughing and rolling too on the ground.
Okay. Sounds good. They'll just see a dragonborn that has like a crystal crown / tiara thing on his head and some glowy eyes.
Okay. Yeah, he will look up to you momentarily, but they're definitely recovering from their previous impact at the moment.
Yes. That is my turn.
Let me just do this really quick. 20. Damn. Okay. Okay. That ends your turn, you say?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to utilize a legendary action with ire and flame in mind. It blasts into this flame and then emerges from this flame and is going to swipe down towards you, Altair. Up overhead, 22 to strike as it rakes its claws across the front of your chest. Suffer 8 points of slashing damage, not so bad. But it is now sort of left ablaze there on the side, and you can see the flames licking off the top of its like tree-like head, starting to catch some of the stuff around it. But it seems to be glowing more intensely and flaring up. Mumble Man, you're up.
Mumble Man's gonna shoot it with the slingshot with poison again.
You will.
And
15 just hits.
let me do
Con
the
save.
poison.
10. It will choose to resist that with one of its resistance down, so it's not. Fucker.
Hooray! I got him to use a legendary resistance.
Did. Yeah, you did. Okay. Poison not taking effect, but it does suffer the damage initially from the impact and doesn't seem very happy about it.
Okay, give me just a second here. Oh shit. I used my action, use that. I will use my bonus action to insult it and tell him that its fames are pathetic, and I've seen better heat in the middle of subarctic below temperatures. In common.
Take that. It cocks its head sideways a bit before fucking scowling at you.
And this is where I move over behind Bjorn. Because I haven't used my movement yet.
Can see it like look at you and track you as you fucking do that. Ending your turn.
Yes.
Okay. Legendary action. It's going to do its flame shift. It's going to delve back into the flame. Altair, that would trigger technically attack of opportunity if you wanted.
Sure, I'm just going to use my claws.
Okay. Again, you don't have to, but it is leaving your space. 14 just misses, unfortunately. And then Barney, it is going to rake at you as it appears, like in mid-stride over to try and claw you across the face. 20 to hit.
Yep.
13 points of slashing damage.
I'm down. Oh, that's fun.
You're down?
Yeah.
Okay. Ends its turn there. That would be Mumbleman. Barney, you're up. Death saving.
The fuck is it? Whatever. Let's roll
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
it.
Here it is. So yeah, you like mid-stride as that comes out and rakes across the front of you. You're like, as your vision fades and you obviously hit the ground, everyone watch Barney falls prone. But then this burst of purple energy from their holy symbol lets as they sort of shoot back to life on the ground. But the tree is sort of turns its attention back towards if it's going to shift back over in that direction. But you are stable with 1 point. But that is at the end of your turn. Or no, that's technically the beginning of your turn, right? I think there's an argument about that.
DM's discretion. Saving
Yeah.
throws.
I like the-
Saving
You're
I
throws
like
fucked.
said.
I like the idea that happens. If it's you come up with one, you get your turn. You are prone on the ground, but it is your turn.
Okay. Seeing it probably turning to flee, I'm not gonna go after it on the ground. I'm just gonna be like, and I'll quickly use my action to cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, you do.
I was
So
hoping that casted the spell, but apparently not.
you might have to macro that a bit differently, but 4 plus, is it 4 or plus 5?
I gotta go back and check on this thing.
I think it's plus 5.
Plus 3, I think.
Plus your spell casting or something? Okay, yeah.
It's 3.
Okay. So yeah, you would heal up 7 points.
Sweet.
And you still technically have bonus action.
I'm just gonna get to my feet.
Okay, so you have your movement to get.
And that's it. I'll end my turn.
Okay, it's going to use its last after that to flame shift into that and then reappear here and strike towards Bjorn with one attack. 8 misses. But it is before you, Bjorn. And Bjorn, it is your turn. Stupid, Corey. But yes, Bjorn.
Before I do anything, I kind of yell at it in primordial, "Why attack us?" And as I'm yelling at him, flocking my bow again.
Yeah, you do. Fuck, 14 just misses. It dodges out of the way of your one arrow as you shoot it over its head.
Turn.
Sorry, you say that ends your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't seem to respond other than the shrieks and shrills of it, but the head sort of contorts to turn and look at you, stays within your range, moves over, and it's going to make an attack against you, Bjorn, and one against Mumbleman. 9 against you, Bjorn. 21 for Mumbleman.
Hits Mumbleman.
Mumbleman takes 9 points of slashing damage as it breaks its claws across you, and then looks back towards Bjorn, and then looks back towards you. Ending its turn. Altair, you're up. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my mistake. The scout was ahead of him. He's and he sort of like half gets up and he runs over and snags his bow off the ground. See that it's slightly charred, and he tosses it on the ground, and you can see him pull forth like a short sword from his side. He's like, I don't know who you are, but thank you. And he seems like he's getting ready to meet, or at least aid you in this moment. But that ends his turn. Then that creature does what it does. But yeah, Altair, you're up.
I will use I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh.
Did you not cast that before you got into the fight?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I seen it pop up.
Oops, sorry about that. Ignore that.
I clicked it, but also I was like, it only lasts for a minute, and if I cast it out of the fight, it probably won't be up during the fight. So,
Right. Okay, I see.
And then I run over toward Barney and hold my action. I hold a first level cure wounds and say, Barney, get over here. And that's my turn.
Okay. It's not going to flame shift, but its legendary action. It is going to try and firebolt you, Altair, from the distance as it sees you rushes over to that body. 1, 6, 23. It hits.
And then I forget, holding an action uses your reaction, correct?
Yes, because it's your reaction that actually
Yep.
does the action that you're holding.
Sounds good.
Takes 7 points of fire damage. Is your held like that's not constant?
Sorry, you can use your reaction, but then you won't be able to do the held action.
All good. I will keep what I was doing. Okay.
Okay. That ends that between Mumbleman, you're up.
Does that not provoke an attack of opportunity because he used a distance spell right next to me?
Oh, it'd be disadvantage on the attack.
Against you?
Yeah, unless he has spell sniper.
Why?
I
What's
think.
wrong?
Because
If you
you're right next to somebody when you make a distance spell
Right.
attack. There's a rule involved in that.
Okay. Well, I wasn't aware of this, but I will play game.
I'm also fine if not.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 12 plus, it would have been plus 6, so 18 or...
Yeah, those both hit anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
all of
Okay,
them.
but good to know, thank you. It's my bad. But continue on, Mumbleman, it is your turn.
Mumbo Man will draw his sword, and he will swing his sword.
Yeah, he does. 16 hits. It sort of like lashes out this ichor of like flaming, almost like gasoline, where you slash across it, and the flames lick out and hit the ground and char and sort of evaporate away as it hits the ground.
If I use Misty Step, does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, it does not.
Bonus action, Misty Step.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, hang on a second. Is there a window in this house?
There would be, but they're sort of raised up slightly, like elevated.
Yeah, so could I not use Misty Step to transport him behind the window?
Yeah, sure you could. So you can go. You're currently inside an abode at the moment.
And that will be the end of my turn, looking out at him. But just peering out, not, telling him, or I don't want to be obvious where I'm at.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, that ends your turn. It's going to use a strike against Bjorn as a legendary. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
12 points of slashing damage to Bjorn.
I'm going to use one of my stone endurances.
Okay.
Constitution modifiers. So take 9 off that.
Okay. So you take 3 points of damage total from that strike. Awesome. And it is Barney's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up, kind of here beside Altair, and I'm gonna use my 9 of my last 10 points to lay on hands on myself.
Hold on, let's see what. I don't know if you want to see what their held spell does to you first, but that's up to you.
Oh, Altair's?
Yep.
Yeah, but Altair, you can roll your held spell against them.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll Cure Wounds twice because it does the same thing. So, my Alice and everything.
Okay.
You heal 18 damage.
Damn.
Damn. Crazy. Well, never mind. That will change my turn then. As I step up, like going to heal myself, get healed, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, well, now we can do something. And perfect. I will use my last 25 feet of movement and run up at this thing beside Bjorn. Can I get at it here or no?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. And while I'm running, I will use my channel divinity.
Oh,
And I will be like, as I'm running, I'll go, Yanix curses you, you beast, and take a big hack at this thing.
awesome. So yeah, you can make that attack with advantage, which thank God. 17 hits, and 9 points of damage. You tear open a good section of like the center trunk of this tree-like creature, and it. You can see it's starting to show a bit of wear and tear, especially from the damage it's been receiving lately. And you are successful in your attack.
Okay, and that will be the end of my turn. I'm gonna put her to bed. And if Bjorn gets attacked beside me, I will use my intercept as my reaction.
Okay.
So just 2d10 plus 2. Alright, that's it.
Okay, it will instead retaliate with a last of its legendary action to just try and hit Barney back. 15 I don't think is going to hit, though. Which is okay, so that ends its turn like that. Bjorn, you're up.
Well, now I'll use my bonus action to use my second wind.
Okay.
A d10.
Fucking one.
Get back 1 plus, what is it? Plus my fighter level. So I get back 4.
Fuck.
And then I take a shot at it with my longbow.
Okay. Yes, nice. Okay, sweet. This one sinks in.
6. And that is my turn.
The scout up here. He's going to come flying in using his 40 feet. He's going to try to attack this one now. And you now watch Bjorn, this scout that was part of that initial party, has been revived by Altair's magic, comes flying in with a short sword from the side. He's going to try and assist you in the battle here. 20 hits the creature. You watch flame gout out from the side of it as it sinks its sword into it, and he pulls back out and sort of spins on his toes and meets him in a sort of like in a flanking position with Barney and himself and you all seem to have this moment. Its turn is up now, where it is going to attack two swipes against the now emerged aid. 12 misses, and then one against Barney for a 21, which would hit. 10 slashing. I'll remember to tell Barney that. And then it's going to use its movement to shift into the flame, which would trigger your attacks of opportunity from Bjorn and Barney and Nymir. 21 definitely hits, so 10 points. Awesome. This is for hit. Okay. Another strike successful there. And it goes into the flame and disappears on that turn. We'll get to Barney's when he gets back. But Altair, you're up.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, Mike.
The starry form. I'm not seeing anywhere saying that I need to drop it before going to a different starry form.
I don't think so. I think you can change
Um,
that as well, right?
Later on, I figured it would use another thing of wild shape, of course, but like later on, I can like change my form for free at the start of each of my turns, but that doesn't apply now. So I'm just wondering, can I use my starry, like switch my starry form?
Dropping concentration is normally a free action. So I
Okay,
think you can drop it and then bonus action into your new one.
Yeah,
okay.
but it would consume another charge of wild.
Yeah. I think that's my last, maybe. I always forget it. But yeah, I'll drop it and then I'll change into um Archer.
Okay.
Then I will go move there
Okay.
and hold a uh guiding bolt for when it pops up.
Okay.
And that's it.
Hell yeah. Which it does. On the roof of the house, it appears out of the flame, and you can see it's holding a fire bolt in one of its hands, ready to lob it. You're able to
Yeah.
see it emerge.
Um,
80 feet away.
see if I can actually hit with this fucking thing.
21 definitely fucking hits.
Only 8 damage, but I'll take it.
It blasts into the front of it and sort of knocks it off, like center for a second, and like winds backwards and like throws this firebolt in your direction.
The next hit has advantage, so.
Okay. 23 to hit. Altair does.
Yep.
You take 6 points of fire damage. That ends its turn. That's your Altair turn. Oh, sorry. That's Mumbleman. You're up.
This window, what would be required to open it or to break through it?
You can either smash through it pretty easily, or you can open it. It doesn't seem to be locked. You just have to slide it upwards to get out.
Okay, so I'm gonna slide it upwards because that's less obvious than breaking it.
Right.
I'm going to use my slingshot to fire at this guy, which will be disadvantage.
Okay.
But it's a flat roll.
Yeah,
You have
technically it'd be flat roll
Oh, okay, why?
because of
high
the guiding
advantage.
bolt.
Oh, okay. And this is the last one with poison on it as well.
Okay.
Oh, 11 missed.
No, 21 hits, right?
No, it shouldn't be
Oh wait, no, it's
advantage.
flat
Yep.
roll. Yeah, 11.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, 11.
And I will rub one of my healing stabs as a bonus action on me.
Okay. Heal yourself up.
Yep.
Okay. Ending your turn.
Yes. Oh, and shifting slightly so I've got better cover in the window.
It shoots into the flame with a legendary action, emerges out of this flame, and is going to slash down towards the scout. 21 definitely hits.
Would it have crossed my?
It
Would
would.
it move
It's
past
still
me?
within. It's still within 5 feet of it, technically.
Okay.
I'll just.
I was just asking.
No, that's cool, man. 7 points to. See the claws sink into the front of the scout. And he's like, he's still standing though. He's, but very, very hurt. But that ends that last one. Barney, you're up. Are you there? Just one of those little breaky moments.
I'm back.
Oh, okay. You would take 10 points of damage in that last phase that you were not present for.
Okay.
And it is your turn, but the creature re-emerged and then attacked the scout. It's your
Doesn't
turn.
he also get an opportunity attack from when he was gone?
Oh,
I
yes.
wasn't
And
here.
Am I making that up?
yeah, no, you're correct on that. When he left, you could make an attack reaction. So
I had already said that I was putting my reaction towards defending Bjorn, so I feel like that would be
Oh yeah.
okay,
But Bjorn didn't need
an
defended.
overreach. Yeah, but I already said I was going to do. That's what I was
Okay.
using
Yep.
it for. So
Yep.
What a stand-up
then
guy.
I
Yeah.
will make my. I'll make another attack at this thing if I can reach it.
You can. It'll be with +2 to the attack because you're flanking currently with the scout.
I also still have advantage.
You have advantage on your attacks as well, yeah, because of your
Vow of enmity.
Jesus,
12 to hit. Unfortunately, does not hit.
this is
That's,
tough reach
that's
over here.
fine.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Bjorn's just so big.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like jump attack over the top. Look around the side. I'm like, ugh.
Okay.
That'll. I'm gonna move back here. I'm gonna come over here beside Altair, and
Okay.
then I'll end my turn.
Okay, Bjorn, you're up.
I want to kind of like not get in the fire, but kind of roll where I don't leave this attack where I get the flanking
Right. Yeah, you do.
and longbow.
Oh, yeah, you do. 26 to hit. You sink in. The arrow sinks into the side of it, and it actually staggers for the first time. It takes 2 steps forward, sort of bumps into the scout before like recalibrating, and looks over like definitely looking pretty injured at this point.
And that's my turn.
Okay, it will use its last legendary of this turn between you and scouts to attack you, Bjorn, out of retaliation. 14 misses. Scout is up. He is going to one attack. Roll 20. The creature takes a heavy blow. He's like, push it back. We can do this. But its turn now. It did not like that. First one against that. Second one. Both
What
of them
damage
missed.
did it do?
Safe. To the creature.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll physical damage here?
I meant the scout hit, right?
Yeah,
Or...
hit twice with the, hit
sorry.
with the natural 20.
Okay.
So it would technically be that damage. But yeah, the creature again is still looking pretty fucked up. Both of its attacks against Namari were a fail, which it then rushes into the flame with movement. Therefore, Bjorn attack of opportunity. Definitely hits. Stumbles into the flame before disappearing, and ends its turn. Altair, you're up.
I hate going after this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use second level spell slot for cure wounds on myself.
Okay. Damn.
Not. Okay. Then I can't hold a bonus action, so I am done.
Okay. This motherfucker is going to emerge from the flames here, shoot over. It's going to swipe against Bjorn. 20 to hit.
It's
14 points of slashing damage.
I'll use my last thing of Stone's Endurance.
Yeah, you do.
Well, yeah, 12.
Damn.
6 plus my add my Constitution. So 9.
So 5 points.
Take 5 points.
Yep, pretty damn good. Mumble Man, you're up. You can see this creature is sort of like bobbing and stepping a little bit, but it seems to be quite ire focused on destruction here.
Do I technically enjoy a bonus because it's flanked?
It's not currently flanked with you.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
Mhm.
Slingshot.
Ooh, 24 definitely hit. Ooh, shit, okay. Damn.
Max damage. Yeah.
You can see the flames that are burning atop of the creature start to glow even brighter. Its eyes starting to glow even brighter, but it does look extremely fucked up.
Your father was a snowman.
Angry.
And
You get him.
this time I'm actually hanging out the window insulting him. Okay. That's the end of
Okay.
my turn.
Is it end your turn? Okay. It is going to act impulsively, and it is going to it's going to legendary action rush strike. to try and get through. Oh, hold on. I need to measure that before I even try this. When you're 5 feet up, it can't reach you. Okay. It's going to shift into the flame right here beside it. That would be a opportunity from Barney, and I don't know if yours has reset yet back, Dan, since it hasn't been back to your turn yet.
Okay.
A 24 definitely hits. It disappears into the flame and then reemerges over here, but stumbles out of it, and it seems to lose its direction for a second. Definitely very fucked up. But that's then going to let out a firebolt towards you because of that.
Firebolt at who?
At Barney for the strike.
Barney.
17.
Oh shit! I get my shield up just in time.
Nice. Okay, sweet. But yeah, it staggers back and forth. It seems to trip a little bit on the lip of the crack, staggers and falls and stands up again. And it seems to be kind of stuck there for a second. Barney, you're up.
Question. I don't know if I ever asked this. Did I need to attune to that magic missile stick?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me check that. I don't. It doesn't say you need to be.
If it doesn't say attuned at the very top, then no.
Nope. Nope.
What
Roll a
what I roll? Sorry,
d6.
it said D6, right?
Yep.
Okay.
4. So there's technically 5 charges in it that would have reset by this.
Okay. Barney's gonna like sheath his sword and pull out the magic missile stick from his little side pouch that he had it in, and I'm gonna like, oh yeah, and I don't know exactly how to use it, so I try to aim it on my shield, and I'm like, fire thing,
How many charges do you let out?
everything.
All 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first time using it, I'm like, shoot all the things at it. Like that's how I saw it done by the guy that attacked me. So
Okay,
I'm like,
so
yeah.
go ahead and roll a d20
Like he said earlier, he hasn't touched a wand in a few days.
and roll 5 d4. Wow. Okay, so it deals 14 points of damage, but the moment all the spells are let from the wand breaks in half in your hand.
Would it do?
Literally, fucking that one, man. That's what it does.
Dude,
The creature, in similar fashion, falls backwards into this sort of, I guess, over the top of this body and hits the side of the building. It is barely standing. It is staggering back and forth. It is not having a good time.
Would it do 19 damage since they're D4 plus 1s? For magic missile? Or is this a
Different
special
Yeah.
one.
Yes, technically.
Technically, come on, those 5 points of damage might mean the difference between life and death.
It is the difference.
Technically.
Leaving it at a very precarious location here. But does that end your turn?
Yeah, it ends my turn. I look at the bent over wand as it just like barely holding on. I'm like,
the flaccid wand?
I don't know if I use this right, and then I hold it like I turn around like flapping in the flopping.
And then that's when the final piece actually falls off to the ground.
It will use its last legendary, stagger into this flame beside the building. It reemerges here, and when it does, it staggers out again. You almost, for a second, it looks up to you, and its eyes aren't as, I'm not going to say angry eyes, but they have this sort of like sorrowful look on its face for a second. And it actually sort of, you almost feel like it's trying to converse with you or something, but it can't. But the eyes begin to glow orange. The hair, this tree-like hair-like formation around it begins to glow and glow. And from the center of its core, it starts to, like it's getting ready to detonate. In this last ditch stand, I need Bjorn, Altair, and Barney to make dexterity throws, please.
When it like looks up at me like that, Artie's just sitting there, shaking his head. He's like, no, 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 no.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. I had that on still. But fuck.
Okay.
The creature lets out in a massive fireball-like explosion. You feel the bark and tree formation of it detonating off of it. You feel the debris sort of shrapnel into you as everyone, Bjorn, Altair, and Barney, take 18 points of fire damage, and the creature is destroyed by the blast.
I use absorb elements as my reaction to take half that.
Okay.
Down.
So
So
now
you take 9 points of fire damage.
so
Barney, are you
now
up?
I don't die.
I don't think I can intercept that for someone, can I?
I don't think,
'Cause it's
since
a
it's a
spell.
dexterity save. Yeah.
You know I'm not up by one. I'm so close.
So you're unconscious?
Yeah.
Okay,
Barney's
Bjorn?
crumbles to the ground.
I'm unconscious.
Okay, so the blast lets true. Mumbleman, you watch Altair, Barney, Bjorn get blasted, and sort of you lose sight of them for a moment. I just realized the time. So I'm going to say, I don't know if you guys want to pick up next session, and we can pick up with where we are, or do you want to get some last tidbits of things you want to do here in this moment out?
I mean, I can heal them so they're at least up.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, if you want to stabilize them and stuff for the time being, absolutely. I just didn't know, I don't want to lose the focus at the end of the battle. I just realized it's 11, so.
I'm
I'll
gonna.
use.
Bjorn
Oh,
went
yeah.
down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will throw some dirt on Bjorn.
Okay.
Barney, you get 5 healing.
And hang on a second. Okay, so it's 1d4 plus spellcasting ability modifier. So Bjorn, you get 5 hit points back.
Okay.
Barney gets 5 as well from Cure Wounds.
Okay, so Barney and Bjorn are stabilized with 5 points after that.
And the scout's still good, right?
Yeah, the
Like,
scouts
up,
are.
I mean.
He's still up. He was out of the proximate blast, but he is quite hurt.
Okay.
But he's like now clutching his stomach, sort of kneeling as this happened. As you all now are like, sort of recovering from that battle. You look over as well to where the blast was of that creature, and it's a lot smaller now, and it has humanoid-like features, but it is charred and burnt on the ground. And that's where we'll pick up next week, you guys.
Good.
That's rough.
Yay! You did it.
Barney's just holding the charred, broken end of the wand up. He's like, I don't think it's gonna get failed to be fixed.
That's bullshit, man. Like the fucking one you broken gun.
All right, y'all. I
That's
gotta
so
run
funny.
off here. Crawl on the bed.
For sure, man.
Negative
Sorry to
like
keep you so late.
4
I
hours.
lost track of time, dude.
You're good. That just means it was a good session.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Night,
guys. I
Grant.
will talk to y'all next week.
Night.
Yeah, you will.
Good night.
Night.
I am getting off too. Later.
Night,
Later.
Dylan. Have a good night, man.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, I will be right back. I just have to pee really bad.
Yep.
Mhm.
So you went down twice in this fight, but you got back up. That's the important thing.
No, I was just like exasperated because I was like, "Oh, God damn, these rolls are so bad." For
Yeah,
me, like everyone went the wrong way for me today.
yeah. You
To
did
that
not.
point,
You didn't
and
have a
then
very good
and
night.
then the dice gods gave me the nat 20 right out of the like. They heard me complaining, and they're like, "All right, here, you little bastard."
But then in that one counter broken one.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh shit! I need to stop that.